before the borders, before the silence, there was us. This is Ancestral Forgotten History. What if I told you the most powerful weapon used against Africa was not a gun, it was a classroom? What if the system that educated us was designed to disconnect us from who we are? They changed our languages. They rewrote our history. They trained us to admire everything foreign and question everything African, and now we call it normal. Episode 4 exposes how language, education, and mental colonization shaped generations, and how we break free. If you are African, this is not just information, it's Awakening Friday. Language is not just speech. Language is not just words. Language carries memory, proverbs, metaphors, worldview, ways of reasoning. Every language contains a way of seeing the world. When a language declines, a lens declines with it. When children grow up without fluency in their mother tongue, they may lose access to ancestral logic embedded in that language. This is not about rejecting global languages. It is about understanding that language shapes perception, education, and priority. During colonial administration, European languages became the language of governance, commerce, and formal education in many regions. Schools operated in those languages. Official documents were written in those languages. Knowledge was validated through those languages. Gradually, a message forms. Serious knowledge lives in one place. Home knowledge lives somewhere else. When formal education prioritizes one framework, other knowledge systems can become sidelined, not erased, not destroyed, but deprioritized, and what is deprioritized slowly becomes undervalued. Textbooks and worldview. Education does more than teach literacy. It teaches narrative. Who are the heroes in textbooks? Whose discoveries are highlighted? Whose philosophies are studied? If African civilizations are minimized, if indigenous governance systems are simplified, if innovation is portrayed as external, then confidence may quietly shrink, not because greatness is absent, but because visibility shapes belief. The most effective systems do not demand obedience. They create aspiration. When development becomes associated only with imitation, identity begins to detach from originality. Internalized hierarchy. Psychological conditioning does not announce itself. It whispers. It suggests that foreign systems are modern, local systems are traditional. Traditional means outdated. Modern means superior. Over time, hierarchy forms not imposed loudly, but absorbed gradually. This is what some scholars call internalized hierarchy. When people begin to measure themselves by external standards alone, self-perception shifts, and when perception shifts, behavior follows. The invisible border. The most powerful border is the one you do not see. When someone believes their language is inferior, they may stop speaking it. When someone believes their history is secondary, they may stop studying it. When someone believes progress only comes from outside, they may stop building inside. No chains, no force, just normalization, invisible borders, balance, not rejection. This episode is not saying reject global languages. It is not saying reject formal education. It is not saying isolate from the world. Balance is power. Learn international systems, but protect local knowledge. Speak global languages, but honor your mother tongue. Study world history, but know your own. Confidence does not come from isolation. It comes from integration without erasure. The strongest borders are not on maps. They are in the mind. Awareness does not create division. It creates clarity, and clarity builds confidence. This is ancestral forgotten history. The past was written without us, but the future will be written by us. This is ancestral forgotten history. One Africa, one people,